How's it going? Like many of you, I am now homebound and doing telework. And because of that, I have to now attend a lot of meetings by various virtual means. For example, Google Hangouts or Skype or Zoom or GoToMeeting or any of these kinds of things. One of the things that always bothers me, especially now that I'm at home, is if I'm on a camera, my background's going to look like I don't really want that looking like that for people I'm going to be meeting with. I'd like to have something a little more pleasant and sometimes maybe even a little more fun, like this. And so made mention of it on Facebook and promised I would put out a video on how to accomplish this in any of these formats. And this is how you do it. So first of all, you need some software where you can record yourself and multiple different inputs or things at the same time. What I use is a piece of software called OBS, Open Broadcaster Software. And you can get this by going to obsproject.com. And it's a free download. It's free software and it works really well for many things. So there's several requirements to this. Make this happen. You need to have the OBS software. You need to have, and then you need to go and find another piece of the puzzle, which is a plugin for OBS called OBS Virtual Cam. Now, if you go to the OBS website, it's really difficult to sort of find this. It's in a forum. So if you just go to Google and Google OBS Virtual Cam, then this will pop up. And what you want to do is look for this right here. It says go to download, and you'll download this. So from here out, I'm assuming a couple of things. I'm assuming you're somewhat familiar with this sort of technology. You have a green screen, and you have installed OBS. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to install, go to download, and download this virtual cam tool. And when you go to install it, it's very quick. It's just a couple of DLLs that hook in. But one of the things I learned doing this is, so I've got OBS installed on my C drive, and I've been doing a little disk management, and I'm not installing anything on C anymore. I'm using a different hard drive, and it's called D, so I went to install it on my D drive, and when I went to run OBS, it couldn't find it. So first thing I learned was that you must install the virtual cam on the same drive that OBS is on, in the same folder structure, for it to find it. So, quick lesson learned there. No big whoop. So you're going to install this. It's going to happen really quickly, and then you're going to run OBS. So if you look up here on OBS, under Tools, you'll see a selection called Virtual Cam. If you click on that, a little dialog box pops up and gives you a few options. Now you can have this auto start whenever you start OBS. I would say don't do that. I've seen other videos that said to do that. I know I experienced some issues with conflicts because I got multiple cameras plugged into my machine and things like that. But all you have to do to make the virtual cam start working is click start. And now whatever scene you're playing within OBS now becomes your virtual camera. So at this point now you could mix media and output it as if you were recording it on a camera. This is super dope. This is the output you're looking for that you'll use as an input to these other resources. So let's take a look at Google Hangouts here. Got it up and running. If I want to start a video call, okay, it's going to pop up and ask me to invite people, whatever, but I can use this just as an example. So right now it's on no camera or some camera that is not running. So we're going to go up here to this gear here, the settings, and we're going to tell it what video device do we want to use for our input. We're going to say OBS camera. And at that point, we are now, look at this, how it flips back and forth. That's super funny. So one of the things I want you to notice is now, just focus on the first image here, is that it's flipped. So immediately the first thing is everything is going to be backwards. So in order to correct this, what you might do is, let's go up to the virtual cam and look, and what do you have for options here? You have one that says horizontal flip. Well, you would think that would fix your problem. However, if you select this and flip it, it actually crashes OBS, and you have to exit OBS and all your web browsers, tabs and everything, close the entire web browser down in order for this to then function. So don't click horizontal flip, whatever you do. What you're going to want to do is actually go into your scene and flip everything. So this camera shot of me, right click on it, and we're going to say transform. We're going to say flip horizontal. So basically you're just going to have to sort of manipulate your scenes so that they actually display the way you want them to. I don't want to grab that. So we'll grab this. And of course this is still backwards, so we're going to flip this over too. Alright, so now in the main screen, what you're seeing is what you're supposed to be seeing. And you'll notice also it doesn't flip going that way. So, kind of a annoying thing that you have to do to manipulate this, but it is what it is. So let's take a look at some of, you can go and download all kind of video backgrounds. So let's look at a few you could possibly use. Alright, if you want to be a little professional, decent background, not COVID hair, a nice conservative blue background with a little bit of motion, just to show off. Now, I do have to say, if you'll notice, the edging of myself in here is a little sketchy as well. I've got my good camera I'm using to do some mixed reality work, so I've got a kind of a lesser camera on my desktop at the moment, so that's why this doesn't look quite as good, but it's suitable for the moment. So, okay, we're conservative, we're doing that, that's fine. If we want to get a little funky, okay, so here's a nice abstract background with a little bit of motion. That's cool too, but why are we in the situation we're in? Well, it's because we're all quarantined. And so let's inject a little humor into what we're doing. We're teleworking because of this shit here. So maybe this is a little too much for work. Maybe everybody will get a little laugh out of it. And to be honest, we could all use a little laughter right now and humor as we're all stuck together, sort of waiting out this little thingy here. Alright, well, there's a lot of parts to this, especially if you're not familiar with it. It's certainly not straightforward, but if you've got the pieces that you can put together and do this, it's kind of cool, and it will certainly spice up your meetings, and everybody else will want to know how you did it and think you're super cool. Maybe. Anyway, that's how it is. Got a couple little quirks to it, but you know, that's it in a nutshell, and you know, I hope you have fun with it, because I'm going to be here for a while, so this is how it is. Alright, I'm out of here. I got some jerky to go make. It's Friday night, so that's what I'm about to go do, at least marinate anyway. So we'll check you later. Come back in a couple days for that video, alright?